are you there? I was just curious around what time you think that you're going to be getting home today.
Hey there, Amy. I'm actually going to be finally able to come home a bit early for a change. I'm actually just about to step out of the office right now, so I'll just see you in a bit.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I have a couple of errands that I'd like you to run before you come back home, if that's alright. Would you mind going to the grocery store and buying some eggs and milk? I completely forgot while I was there. And please just go to the store that I always go to. I don't want you just stopping by the one on the way home.
Wait, but isn't that supermarket you always go to on the opposite way of home?
That's right. Do you have a problem with that or something? I don't really get what the big deal is since it's right next to the bus depot anyways. Besides, we got better points at that store than other ones.
Right, okay. I guess that I'll make sure and stop at that one instead then.
Oh, and also, I wanted to let you know that I was talking with the contractors today, and I think I finally figured out what I want to do with the kitchen. It's going to be just perfect.
I guess that means I can look forward to you making all kinds of amazing things for us in our new kitchen, right?
Well, of course, that's what's going to happen. But I was never going to be able to make do with the kitchen that we had when we moved in. And all the appliances that we had were so old. I think some of them might have even been from back before we even started dating.
Well, I just figured that if it's still doing what I bought it for, there's not really a huge need to replace anything.
Well, yeah, sure. That might make sense for someone with no money. But that's not us. Also, you do realize that our eldest children are turning 17 this year, and our youngest is turning 15, right? So, when we do move into our new place, I think that it's high time we give the children their own rooms to sleep in.
Sure, I think we could still figure that out, but I just don't see why we had to move into a new house for all of that.
It's because I was sick and tired of not having a yard or any kind of garden to take care of. That's why. I know that we looked at some really nice condos and stuff, but... Well, I just don't want to be in such a noisy neighborhood and wanted a nice, quiet garden where I could look after plants and flowers in quiet peace.
Of course, that makes total sense. In fact, now that you say that, I should also mention that I've been wanting to try my hand at gardening too.
Wait, really? You have? I actually didn't know that about you at all.
Yeah, I guess that as I've gotten older, I've just thought more and more about gardening. I know that it's probably a lot more difficult than it really appears to be, but I know that technology has made it easier in a lot of ways too. I have a friend of mine actually who has a small little plot on his property where he grows things.
I see. But I think I remember you telling me that that friend was pretty rich, isn't that right? Wasn't he also the one who kept talking to you about wanting to open a bar or something?
Yes, you're right. And yeah, back then that's what he was really into. But I just know a lot of people now are wanting to live more simple lives. Some of them are even retiring early and traveling all over the world.
You know, you really are funny. Do you know that? I mean, you could probably make a killing just buying and selling stocks, and yet you insist on keeping that job that you have.
Well, I think that job offers a lot of stability and you just never know what's coming around the corner. Besides, we still have a 15-year-old daughter, so at the least, I want to keep working until she's an adult.
Well, I suppose that I can't really complain. I mean, after all, it's thanks to all the hard work you've done at your job that we're able to live like this. So, I suppose I'll just leave all of those money matters to you then.
I just want to make sure that we have enough so that we don't have to worry when we're older. But I want to make sure that our kids are getting into good schools and are on good footings themselves before I retire.
Well, I think that all of our kids are very smart and very hard workers, so I don't really see that being an issue in the future. I mean, they're all still going to see their tutors after school, and well, I just don't really see much use in worrying about them most days.
I know what you mean, but I just want them to know that they have our support and to not feel pressured into anything. I mean, I've seen some of those kids staying up all night to study, so that does worry me a bit.
Oh, really? You mean you've seen some of our kids losing sleep because they were so worried about their grades or something like that?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I remember I got up to get some water one night, and Sarah had all her homework and a science project left out on the table.
Wow. Well, what can I say? I guess the kids really do take after you, don't they?
I mean, I suppose that they might a little. And I remember how hard I was working on getting into a good college, but, well, I just want them to know that studying and working hard isn't the only things that they should be doing with their lives. And that if you focus on achieving and being productive all the time, that you could actually lose out on a lot in life.
Wow, coming from you, I have to say that's quite a thing to say. But I can't really relate since I was over going to school since my first day of elementary school. So I am glad that I've basically left all the kids' education in your hands. You're much better suited for it.
Well, I'm glad that you're happy with how the kids have turned out, but you really should maybe try and do a little more then, don't you think? I know that our kids always like it when you make them dinner, you know?
Well, I feel like ever since they all started middle school, it's just been so difficult to get anything out of them at all. I guess they're all just too cool for their mom now.
Well, you know how the kids can be at this age, but I'm sure that it'll pass soon enough. Anyways, I'm getting pretty close to the station, so once I get off, I'm gonna walk to the store and then I'll head home.
Okay, sounds good to me. Get home safe and I'll see you soon. Guess what, Ned? The house is finally done. It's done and it's amazing and perfect and yay! I'm just so happy.
Did you go out to check up on it again? I remember the last time that you went out there, you said it was almost done. Does it seem all that different from the last time you went? Does it feel like a completed house now?
It's just perfect. I was looking forward to when it would finally be completed this whole time. But now it's just a matter of time until we get to move into there.
And do you think we're all ready to finally start the moving process in there?
Oh, of course we are. We'll just need to hire a moving service and they'll be able to take care of everything, won't they?
Well, I guess we could do that, but I really would like to leave our current place as clean as we could. So maybe we could spend this week doing some deep cleaning of the house so that we can get ready to leave?
That is going to be such a pain though. Can't we just hire a maid service or something to do all of that work for us?
Oh, come on. We've been living in this house that we're in now for a long, long time. Don't you want to clean it up yourself?
I don't get what the point of that would be when it's just going to be sold to someone else, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the first place that we ever lived together. Doesn't that make it special for you?
I still just can't believe that we were even able to get a place like this at our age. That really was something.
Yeah, I mean, I really wasn't sure that it was going to work out or if it was going to be the smartest investment.
What makes you say that?
Well, it's just that we had just gotten married and it seemed like kind of a huge place to live in with no family aside from each other.
Well, I don't really see any point in worrying about any of that now, since thanks to you, we've got our perfect place to live.
I guess so. No use dwelling on the past too much and all of that. But anyways, once we're all moved into our new home, what do you think about inviting some people over for a housewarming party?
Ooh, that could be a good idea. We could show off our amazing new kitchen. Maybe I'll even cook for all of us.
Now that I would really like to see. I guess all we need to do now is settle on a day, right? Maybe sometime around the end of the month we should be able to squeeze something in?
Wait just a second. There's actually a day towards the end of the month that I actually would prefer to leave open.
Oh, sure. Guess we can do that. Mind if I ask what you're wanting to leave space for?
Oh, I can't tell you actually. It's a secret, you see? But there's a friend who I want to go and meet on the 27th.
Well, okay. Sure. I guess we can cross off the 27th as a potential day for this. Maybe we should just move the housewarming party to the start of next month or something.
Oh yeah, that should work just fine for me. I don't really think that I have anything going on around then, so you can pick a day and just let me know.
Great. I'll reach out to my friends and ask them about when might work for them and get back to you.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Ned. And just please remember not to book anything for the 27th this month, okay? Anyways, I'm going to go and buy some new little things we're going to need for our new amazing house.
Great. Sounds good to me. Just please don't go too crazy shopping today, and take care coming home.
Ned, when are you finally going to sign those divorce papers that I gave you? Hurry up and finish with them already. I want to live in my big new house. Surely you've explained about all of this to the children already, right? About you not being their real father and all?
Yes, I did explain to our kids that I'm not their biological father.
Well, great then. I don't understand what's keeping you from signing the divorce papers then, because I don't want to have to spend another day under the same roof as you.
But So then, this whole time, you really were just married to me for my money. Is that right?
Oh, Ned. I really did marry you because I liked you, but, well, your face. Come on. You know that I deserve someone just a little more handsome, right? And then I just so happened to run into my Prince Charming, and things continued from there.
But you didn't just have an affair with him. You let him get you pregnant. You had his kids. And then you turned around and you made me raise his kids thinking that they were my own. I just can't understand why you would make a person do something like that. And the way that you ambushed me the other day while we were out walking together, then all of a sudden a man appears, tells me that my kids aren't mine, and you take out the divorce papers and hand them to me?
Well, I really didn't know what other options I had. I mean, I know that explaining it would take too much time, so I just thought a little shock therapy is all. And that's why it was just so much easier to explain to you that the kids aren't yours and that I wanted a divorce at the same time.
But you waited until we had finished building our new house before telling me all of this.
Think of it this way. You would have had to pay me quite a bit in alimony anyways, right? But this way, you can just give me the house all to myself and we'll call it even.
You really just are the worst. Do you know that? I mean, how could you stab me in the back like this?
It really was funny watching you raise those 3 kids as if they were your own. Do you know that? Didn't you ever notice that none of them looked like you at all? I'm just shocked that you never realized the truth about the children before now.
Well, they aren't your kids either, Amy.
How can you even say that? I am sorry to say, but I am quite positive that all 3 of those are mine, and women have an easier way of knowing than men. Why try and run from reality like this?
I mean that even if we're not related by blood, those kids are still very much mine. Not only that, but all the children said they wanted to come and live with me, not you. Not one of them thinks of you as their mother.
Oh, that's just fine with me. You can take all of them for all I care. In fact, I'd say that you'd be doing me a favor.
Are you serious? You really don't care if you never see your children again?
Look, I tried being a mother. Nobody can say that I didn't. But as they grew up, those kids got more and more uppity and sassy. I thought they might be useful to get child support out of you, but I'm more than happy to just take the house and have a clean break. So if you really want to take all 3 of those kids and raise them on your own, then you can be my guest.
I can't believe that you would even say something like that. I mean, really, Amy, what is the matter with you? Don't you have any love for your children at all?
Why don't you open up your eyes, Ned? You've been the one raising them all the time. You're the one they're always looking up to. You were much happier about them being born than I was. And even though you never shared even a single drop of blood or DNA with them, you still raised them as if they were your own. And now even their personalities are just like yours. So I say, you take them if you want them. It will just mean more freedom in my life away from you.
Okay, fine then. If that's really the way you want to do things, I'll sign your divorce papers and we'll arrange for a meeting next Monday between our lawyers. So just wait until you get contacted by my lawyer, and in the meantime, prepare to meet then.
Okay then, sounds good. I guess you and I will have our final showdown next week then. And in the meantime, you can pack up all your things and get ready to move out. After all, I'm sure you don't want to be here when my new man comes over. Hey, Ned, just what the heck is going on here, huh? I mean, really, what is this I hear about you not having to split your estate with me? My lawyer said that I would be lined up to receiving tens of thousands of dollars from you. What's happened since then?
Oh, yes. Well, first of all, I suppose I should tell you that everything you said is correct. I owe you nothing.
No, that can't be right at all. I mean, you're a stockbroker. You should have a ton of money lying around. You literally just bought a house. So what is this I'm hearing about you not having to split your assets with me, huh?
Did you even listen to a thing that your lawyer was trying to tell you? You really need to listen better, Amy.
You do have money, don't you? And I'm not talking just a little. I know how much you were saving up.
You're right. But the thing is that savings account, which has been accumulating all that interest, is one that I've had since I was single. I also made sure to keep it separate from all the other accounts where I was putting in the money that I was earning. And so it can't be part of what you get.
But then, I don't get it. What's going to happen to all the money that you saved up since you and I did get together then?
Oh, yes. Well, since you and I got married, all your spending has been eating into quite a bit of our savings. I'd say that we're looking at splitting about $80,000 at this point.
So then you're telling me that I should be getting $40,000 then, is that right?
Under normal circumstances, yes, that would be what you would be getting. But since you cheated on me, I'm just going to subtract that amount from what you'll owe me after the lawsuit. Otherwise, you'll never be able to pay it off.
So then, you're not going to be giving me any money because you're going to be suing me for it back? Is that right?
I'm suing you because you cheated on me while we were married, but in a roundabout way of seeing things, you're correct.
But what about the house? I mean, the house has to be worth something, right? Please tell me that I'm at least getting the house.
There is no house, Amy. There's no house at all for you to even get.
What do you mean? How can there be no house? I literally went to see it and it was all done.
That may be true. But since then, the house has been demolished and nothing is left at all.
No, that can't be true. You have to be lying to me right now.
I'm not. I had the house demolished and now there's nothing left standing there but an empty lot.
But why? How could you do something like that? Why would you have a house demolished when it was just built?
How could I do it? Well, using a wrecking ball helped out a bunch, actually.
You mean that you destroyed our new house with a giant wrecking ball?
Now, obviously, I wasn't the one operating the crane or anything like that.
But then, what about the mortgage? What are we going to do about all that money we still had on the house?
Well, it turns out that when we sold our last house, the property values had actually skyrocketed. It was more than enough to pay off what was still left.
I still just don't get how you could do all of this. You're crazy. Do you know that?
That's rich coming from you, Amy. I mean, really. What kind of sicko tricks her husband into raising 3 kids who came from another man? I don't know what you were thinking, but I think that you need to go out and get some serious help.
So then, you mean that I'm not even going to get the $40,000 that you mentioned earlier? Even though we've been married for 20 years? Did all that time just mean nothing to you then?
That's exactly what I want to be asking you, Amy. I mean, in all the time that we were together, I never saw anything like this coming.
But what am I supposed to do? I need to think. This is all too much. Won't you reconsider about this?
There's really nothing to reconsider at all. What's done is done.
Well, then I'll just fight you for custody of the kids. What do you think of that? After all, I am their biological mother, and you're just some guy. Anyone can see that they belong with me.
A couple of things. 1, We've already submitted the divorce paperwork where you've expressed no strong desire either way who the kids go with. Second of all the kids are over 15 years old and are able to make decisions about who they want to live with on their own. In fact, even if you did get the kids, since they're not mine by blood, I wouldn't be even obligated to pay child support for them.
Okay, fine. I get it. Then how about I just get back together with you? You wouldn't mind if I did that, right?
Okay, come on. What do you even want me to say to that? I mean, do you really think that I'm that stupid?
But this works out fine. You see, the man that I'm seeing right now doesn't really have a stable job. And I just don't see how I'm really going to be supported by him if we're married.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds to me like you might need to go out and find a job to help support him then.
Oh, come on. Don't be ridiculous. You know that I'm a housewife. I can't just go out and get a job. What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't want to work then, I don't know what you're going to do to live, but good luck with everything, I guess. And just know that I'm going to be suing this man of yours as well, so you might want to tell him to lawyer up.
Wait, no. You can't do this. Please, Ned. You have to know how sorry I am about all of this.
What are you talking about? What exactly are you sorry about, huh?
I mean the kids, the cheating, all of it. I really wanted kids, and for some reason, I wasn't getting pregnant with you. That's the only reason why I went to someone else. It was just a moment of weakness. Don't you get that?
You can make up all the little pathetic lies that you want, but it's not going to change my mind.
Please, you can't do this to me. You can't just separate me from my children. I'm begging you. Please let me live with you again. I promise that things will be different this time. I promise that I'll be there for you, and I'll support you however you need me to support you, and I won't ever tell you another lie ever again, okay?
You literally just told me that you were more than happy to get rid of your kids, and now you're begging me to take you back? You really just are pathetic. Do you know that? But it's too late. Nothing you say is going to change my mind. I don't care if you did trick me into raising another man's kids. That does not entitle you to a single cent of my money. But I don't want anything to do with you ever again after this. I can't even begin to express how disappointed I am in you as a person. And just how do you figure that, huh? You've already said so yourself that I was the one who raised them, right? I was always the one doing everything to take care of them ever since they were little. You hardly raised a finger to do anything for them. So I don't care if I'm not related to them. They're my children, and I love them all very, very much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to pack my things and get ready to move. If I were you, I would spend this time looking for a very good lawyer. After that, Amy kept blowing up my phone with desperate text and voice messages asking me to take her back. It wasn't until all of our business was concluded, the lawsuit was finished, and the divorce and custody was completely finalized that I finally blocked her number. I heard through the grapevine that Amy and the other man she was seeing broke up not long after all of that happened. Although apparently the man couldn't avoid falling into a lot of debt while paying off what he owed me from the lawsuit. Amy, not having anywhere to go or live, tried to borrow from friends and begging for a place to stay, but no one was willing to open their doors to her. I have no idea what she's doing with her life now, and frankly, I don't really care. As for the kids and I, we moved into a condo close to the kids' school, but never gave the address to Amy and made her relatives swear to keep it a secret from her. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.